Whoa, can you believe it? The stash has vanished. Very sad. Why? Well, when I was shaving it, trying to trim it up a bit, this half, I trimmed a little too much, and one side was low and one side was puffy. And I thought to myself, no, we can't have that. So I decided to start from ground zero. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? Yeah. Well, there you go. Now it is time to talk about anything interesting that happened today, I suppose. Well, let me think. When I got up, I made some cereal. It was the Special K strawberry cereal with a little milk that we had. And yeah, I had that. Big thumbs up, really enjoyed it. And then I thought to myself, I could go for some coffee right now. So I brewed a cup of coffee and was off to the races. Well, as I was eating and drinking, I was watching a video on YouTube where Oliver Mackenzie from Digital Foundry was talking about this new game. I think it was called 007 or something by IO Interactive. He basically was showing how it was running on the Xbox consoles. Looks like it runs fine to me. A titch of a slightly higher resolution on the Series X than the PlayStation 5. Ooh, the console wars are still going, right? Moving along. Our family friend said hello to me, made a suggestion for lunch about eating nachos. And I thought to myself, wow, that sounds good. But first, let me throw a load of laundry in, which is back there. Probably should have put that away out of the shot before hitting the record button, but I wanted to get this video out there for folding it, so I wouldn't have to worry about recording the video as I was folding the clothes, if that makes sense. I would think so. Yeah, so through load-in, turned on the washing machine, gave a later time of around 12:30 to go to pick up the nachos. And during that time, I decided to contact my, what do you call that? Car mechanic. Decided to contact my car mechanic to get an update. I got a call from the manager of the establishment, and he told me, excuse me, and he told me that the starter, or what was it called, the fuel pump needs to be replaced. Apparently, he said he wasn't 100% sure if it was the fuel pump that was the main cause, but he stated that they are ordering the part right now. They're going to replace the old fuel pump with this new fuel pump, and the final cost of this repair will be around $400. So I thanked him for the update, and I took some money out of my savings to pay for the repairs because I need a car. So yeah, after that, I put on my socks and shoes. I went off with our family friend. We went to the restaurant. She suggested, hey, do you want to eat there or do you want to eat here? I didn't feel like eating out at the time, so I said, let's eat. Let's take it back home and eat here instead. She was like, okay. So we arrived. We got the meal. Looked very good. I was looking forward to it. And then we split the costs and immediately left. Now, as we were going, I realized that perhaps the sodas would be out. And I wanted a soda with my meal. So I asked our family friend if there would be any place giving out cheap sodas. They said, look it up online. I did. It said McDonald's was giving like $1.75 sodas, and then apparently it stated that Wendy's was giving dollar all day sodas. So we decided to go to Wendy's. Their smallest option was like $3. It's like, what the heck? No, thank you. So we went away. We went to a nearby Taco Bell. Their option was also $3. Then our family friend had an epiphany. What if we go to the gas station, a Chevron, and get the dollar drink there? And so I was like, all right. So we went there, and as luck would have it, she needed gas anyways. So when we arrived, I was given a $20 bill to give to the cashier to ask about filling in the tank while also asking about the dollar deal. When I arrived, this nice lady told me about this deal they had where if you open an account with the Chevron app, you would have access to $1 large soda drinks. And of course, I can't pass up a deal like that. So I agreed to it. I signed in. I got my drink, and I mixed Diet Dr. Pepper with regular Dr. Pepper. I thanked her for her guidance and what to do to have access. And on top of that, I used the reward system to decrease the price of the gas down from 25 cents a gallon. Or, well, it wasn't 25 cents a gallon. Wow. Could you imagine being in a world where gas is 25 cents? That would be great. Anyways, it brought it down 25 cents from what it was. So that was pretty cool. I went in the car, had my drink. We drove off home. My sister and her boyfriend were in the kitchen preparing breakfast. We greeted them. My family friend and I offered them some samples of our meal we got together. They tried it. They thought it was pretty good. We split the meal in half. We had it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very tasty, especially with the sauce. And then I needed to take a shower. So, yeah, I put my clothes in the dryer, turned that on. It would be done in 40 minutes. I went to take a shower. It's done. Dried up. Put on the clothes. And, yeah, asked my family friend for drive to work. She agreed since I was running a little late. So we drove off. I said goodbye to my sisters who were up. My youngest sister, eldest sister, my eldest sister's boyfriend. And I wish they would have a good day. They were going off to the beach, so I wish they'd have a great day at the beach. So our family friend took me to work. I was very grateful and thanked her deeply. I then went out of the car, went to the inside, and everyone was surprised about me missing my stash because, I always have my mustache on me. So the fact I didn't have my mustache was a trip. One of the coworkers who'd been working at that store for a while stated, "Wow, you're like a young cat or something." I'm like, "Rar." So that's what happened. It's pretty funny. Yeah. And then they asked me what happened, and I told them, "Well, I shaved a little too much on one side, so I had to start all over again." And they're like, "Oh, that's a shame. We liked you with your stash, but we still like you, but we just thought the stash was cool." So yeah. So I punched in, um, checked the schedule, had sweeps all day, put on the sweeping vest, and got to work sweeping produce, break room, the entire store floor, punching in my sweeps to the best of my abilities on time. And every now and then I'd alternate with bagging groceries or taking orders out for customers. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything interesting happen? No, not really. I do remember going upstairs and like greeting some coworkers, and we got a little funny conversation. That was pretty funny. Um, yeah, I remember greeting one of my coworkers with like a "What's up?" and asked them if they'd be could outdo my high pitched "What's up?" and they were like, "In the break room, not in the store floor." So I was like, "All right, fair enough." And then they tried to outdo my "What's up?" and it was pretty funny. Um, yeah, on my first break, I tried to finish the um, silly AI commercial that was the idea for one of my coworkers, where one of the managers has their head on a chili. Um, yeah, they said that it'd be pretty funny if like they were chili and they were advertising themselves as a chili. I was like, all right, I'll try that out. See what my co-manager thinks about that. Um, it'll be fun. I've done other AI videos with my co-manager before. Whenever I show him, he gets a kick out of them. So it'll be interesting to see the reaction. Should be funny. Should be fun. Yeah. After that, I yeah, I got something that was okay, but the problem was that the face for the character was not consistent throughout. It was a different face than the one that I was trying to get, so definitely gonna have to rework that. Now, after the break, continued my duties. Not much to really say, just you know, worked hard. Then I punched out for lunch. I went upstairs and I had a um, sub sandwich, the last 1/5 of a slice of a sub sandwich with um, a hot Cheeto bag and a bottle of Diet Dr. Pepper or Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. And I was watching a video by the Sneezing Monkey about how like he doesn't believe Stephen Grush or Dave Grush. Or was it Stephen or Dave? I forget. Grush, because he believes that like he was being a prank was being pulled on him, and he like was very gullible and fell for the prank, and now everyone thinks that like he really did see aliens and all that, but really it was just him being tricked by his coworkers. So that's pretty funny. Um, yeah. Do I believe that? I mean, I guess it's possible that like he described how like there's like this hazing ritual that the military does where they like put like realistic Hollywood level like photographs of like UFOs and like descriptions of what they do with the UFOs and documents, and they hand them to some recruits as sort of a funny little prank troll they do to make them believe that there's like some top secret UFO stuff that they're dealing with. Um, so, I mean, that sounds like something that the military would do to new recruits. I will say that they probably have been proven to be tricksters. Um, but I don't know. There's some stories out there where I'm like, interesting. Like there was a UAP GERB interview he did with like someone who worked in the military who came across this orb device like in a off-world technology division that was levitating off of the table and projecting what looked to be hieroglyphic symbols in the air. So, I mean, that guy could have just been trolling UAP GERB, but you know, he sounded pretty serious to me. Um, but that's someone who claimed to be a first-hand witness to the phenomenon and not a once I knew this guy who knew this guy who knew this guy who knew this guy who knew this guy's cousin, because that seems to be a lot that happens a lot with these like UAP stories, these UFO stories. Like it's basically people who say, "Well, I know a guy who knew a guy that knows about aliens." It's like, okay, can we track that person down so they can tell us directly what's going on? Maybe even better, give us some evidence. Like that would be great if you could do that. Because just saying, "Ooh, it's real," but I'm not gonna show you who's telling me it's real. Just it's like, you know, if you want something to be not believed but known, then give hard evidence. Don't just say a bunch of interesting stories and like expect people to fall in hook, line, and sinker. You know. Um, I mean, I listen to these because like I find them very fascinating and enjoyable, and sometimes I notice different pieces of the puzzle that kind of fall into place. Or like, wow, that's kind of interesting. But I'm not going to go all the way and say, yeah, this is 100% real. I'm going to say there are certain programs and things that I believe do have some like intrigue around them. But I'm not gonna say like it's like something that's like from another planet. Cool if it was, and I hope it is. Like I think that'd be awesome, but you know, it could more than likely just be top secret government technology that is just being seen by people that hasn't been shown to the public as a advantage over adversaries. That's entirely possible. Well, anyways, got on long enough about that. Went downstairs. Yeah, I did all my closing chores, threw out the trash. I wiped all the check stands down like a good hour before the last hour of the day, which I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. Because normally, excuse me, when I do that, um, it I have difficulties, like because like there's a lot of customers that come in. I have to alternate between wiping check stands and bagging and wiping and bagging. So the fact I was able to do it all in one foul swoop is very unusual. And my co-closer did an awesome job too. Um, it was uh, it was the day where they have to spray all of the carts, and he went through all the effort of taking all the carts out of the corrals and putting in the front of the store. So, normally like I do that. So, him doing it, I was very grateful for it because like I was worried in the back of my mind, like, ooh, I'm gonna have to do all that. It's gonna be interesting, but I was able to do that, and yeah, I'm very grateful for that. Absolutely grateful. Um, he brought in carts and signs, and he closed the produce blinds, and I filled bags in on each check stand as well. So, yeah, it was a pretty busy, packed night. There was a funny little story that one of my coworkers mentioned about like why do you think people buy Smart Water and Smart Pop? And then I said, well, it's probably because they just want a snack and are want to hydrate as well, right? And they said, well, why do you think they call it Smart Pop and or sorry, Smart Water and Smart Pop? And then I said, well, it's probably because the people who are marketing it believe there are people out there who genuinely believe they'll be more intelligent if they eat it. And they said, see, you just answered your own question. It's because they think they'll be smart if they eat it. And I'll be like, oh. And then, like, the co-manager said, like, yeah, it'd be funny joke is like, if a customer came and bought their food, immediately started eating it, and they said, yes, I am intelligent because I eat and drink this goodness. And I'm like, oh. I tried to add to it by saying, ooh, and as they're eating it, their brain's like growing, right? And then they both were like, you killed it. And I was like, ooh, sorry. So that was pretty funny. Yeah. And I punched out. And then I was just like hanging out with the cashier and the co-manager, and they were like talking about this difficult customer issue they had, and then like I was just kind of there absorbing the tale, and I don't know, just trying to make heads and tails of what they were saying in a way where I was like, ooh, interesting. I then left. I decided to listen to the song Forever Your Girl. And while I was listening to that, I was like running, jogging back home. And then after that, I listened to this song, like, I forget what it was called. It was some kind of funky sounding song, like funky in a way where it's like, ooh, this is funk. Ooh, so fun. Like, so hip hoppy, but in a cool and chill, vibey way, I guess. It was pretty cool. I got a call from a family friend asking if I needed a ride. I said I was pretty close. They were like, oh, okay. So I was like, all right. So I continued walking. Then I just listened to the Lilo and Stitch song Roller Coaster Ride because I really like that song. I think it's a really happy sounding song. Eventually, I did arrive home. And when I got home, um, the front door was locked, so I had to go all the way around to the back door, open that. I scared my eldest sister, my sister's boyfriend, bit because like I just kind of came in like uninvited. They were like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Oh, sorry, the front door was locked, so I need to get in." And they're like, "Oh!" And then I told them about my day. They told me about theirs, how they had a lot of fun at the beach. They had some delicious tacos. My two sisters swim in the ocean. It's pretty awesome. And then I asked them, "Ooh, these Snickers look good. Can I have some?" They were like, "Sure." So I had some Snickers. I then took my vitamins like my fish oil, my K2 and D3, and my multivitamin. And I also took some magnesium. I had some, they offered some Cheez-Its, so I had some Cheez-Its. They were the extra bold flavor. Those were pretty good. I then was like watching what they were watching on the TV, which they were watching Stranger Things season 6. It was like an episode where like 11 was like had a cloth over her face and like her friends were all around her and they were like asking her what she was seeing and we see what she sees and it's like she's on this beach like there's like this kid and the kid's disappointed father and like it starts misting up and there's like some drama going on. And there's like other B plots, like there's the mom of one of the kids with the adoptive father of 11 and this nerdy guy, and they're like all hanging out and talking about something. I don't know what. I was far away. I wasn't reading the subtitles. I was just kind of watching the screen as if like, ooh, kind of pantomiming what's going on here. It's pretty interesting. And then one of the other subplots was like some Russian people like about to torture two of the characters that are tied up in a secret base. And they were like, "Ha, you guys think you're so smart, but we figured it out. We scoop ice cream for a living." So yeah, so it was pretty interesting. I then decided to brush my teeth, and then my sister and her boyfriend were done. I said goodnight to them. I then went into my room. I decided to go on Cartoon Brew to see if there was any Interesting news, there was sadly the death of a animator who her family said she died of sadness because her husband had sadly passed away a year prior. And she apparently couldn't like bear to live because of her one only true love was gone. Not sure what that implies. Um, but hope it's very sad regardless. Um, I didn't know this animator, but they worked on like this film from like 2007. I think it was called Petropolis, or I don't remember the exact name, but it looked interesting. I'll have to check it out. And then there was another news story on Cartoon Brew about a DreamWorks animator who decided to make an independent film, but get a lot of like pro traditional animators involved to make the film. So that was pretty cool. It was just a trailer, but it looks like it's going to be a really great short. Looking forward to it. I then decided to make this update video, and that's pretty much my day in a nutshell. So yeah, pretty good day. Yeah, I'm gonna fold that clothes and then go to bed. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone, and take care.